Hey, this is our last week of your hips and your legs, and I'm going to talk about all the things that I hear and see that people come into me and they say, hey, I should be doing this or I should be doing that are just plain wrong. Okay, so one of them, starting with backswing, is hey, I need to turn my hips. Yes, but as you know by now, you should internally rotate on your hips. Okay, so yes, you should turn your hips and they should turn a whole bunch. I try to get this belt buckle turned as far around the corner as I can get it without my right knee and right quad moving, okay? That creates me staying on axis with my spine. It creates all my torque in my swing. It sets me into a nice deep position. You can see how far around the corner I've got. My center of gravity still between my feet. This is where we're gonna get. If this right hip externally rotates, if it goes here, if I turn my hips, see how it pulls me out of posture, I'm in a wrong position, I have to do a whole bunch of funky stuff. So, and I've created a lot of movement, but I haven't created any torque if I do it incorrectly. So you wanna get right here. See how the seam on my right leg of my pants here hasn't really moved? That's another really good indicator. This seam stays here. If you see this seam on your pants or shorts go around the corner, that's the wrong rotation. So keeping that seam there is going to be really important for creating a good backswing. So that's the main backswing mistake that I'll see. There's a million downswings. Okay, so here's one of the others is I need to drive my knees towards the target. So I'll see these people, they make this beautiful backswing and then they'll drive their knees. Well, if I drive my knees, I don't have anything to rotate with. And I've lost my right side, my shoulders are pitched the wrong way. There's no way to hit a good shot by driving my knees, okay? So that's one of them. The other one I hear a lot is, hey, I need to clear my hips out of the way. Yes, but you have to do it correctly. So I'm gonna do this face on. So remember I talked about the seam in the backswing? Same thing on the downswing. This is clearing my hips out of the way. See how my seam is still here? I've turned, but the seam has stayed. This is that internal hip rotation. So this spinning out, this seam getting around the corner, yeah, I've rotated, but I don't have anything to hit with because I've spun out so much. And a lot of times what happens, I'm gonna do this down the run, is if this hip spins, now everything chases it, and that's gonna be a big pull hook. So at some point, this has to brace and stabilize so you can plow through the golf ball and smash it. Okay, that's really important. So there's a concept called acceleration, deceleration. So everything accelerates and everything has to decelerate. So if I'm popping a whip, so I'm gonna be aggressive until this segment stops, then energy transfers to the next segment, then this stops, and energy transfers to the next segment. So in the golf swing, this happens in the downswing with this left leg. So this is gonna be aggressive until it posts and stops. So then the next segment can go, then the next segment can go, then the next segment can go. If this keeps spinning, just like continuous, I never have that ability to create a pop, and that's where you end up with a lot of flip, a lot of over the top push, pull hooks, a lot of over the top kind of pull cuts, because that left side never braced. So kind of in the down the line view, this seam stays, and it's this right side pushes me around. So the seam hasn't moved a lot, but you can see how much turn I have here. I've rotated through. That's much different than that. Those are the really big ones I see that just drive me bananas. So remember your drills, remember your internal, external hip rotation, and remember your exercises that I gave you. If you can really master this series, like go back and watch this quite a bit. There's a lot of information here. If you can master this series, like your golf swing will take leaps going forward. Like you'll hit it further, straighter, all those things. All right, so there you go. Probably lots of questions. Feel free to shoot me a note. Love to answer them. Thanks.